Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for the weekend, January 21st and 22nd, 2017. For your Saturday, we're going to have cloudy skies, actually pretty much this entire weekend. I don't think you're going to see the sun pretty much the entire weekend in most places, and maybe not at all. And we're looking at areas of fog this morning. They'll just remain cloudy this afternoon, and then overnight we're going to expect some fog to start moving in. Maybe locally dense in spots too. We'll have to watch out for that. As far as precipitation goes, Sunday starts out dry. We are going to be cloudy and foggy, kind of like a repeat of what Saturday was. Just plenty of clouds around and areas of fog in the morning, remaining cloudy in the afternoon. As we go a little bit forward, though, we'll have the opportunity with this system here moving from the south. It's going to come kind of in two waves here. The first one's going to be a little more showery than steadier rain overnight, Sunday night. They do think it comes in later in the day, though. Here is a look at Sunday morning. You see most of the area is still dry at this point. As we go a bit forward to the next frame here to the afternoon and evening hours, you see some light rain moving in from the south. And then as it comes through overnight, I think is when you get your shower activity and areas of light rain. And that's going to be overnight into Monday morning. Once we get into Monday morning, however, then you get the heavier rain and wind moving in, and you can see that here. Now we have this. This is the second wave that's coming through here. Big area low pressure, very strong area low pressure, off to our southwest here. So this is not going to be conducive for a snow event. I know everybody was hoping we have snow here with the high pressure off the north, which is up here in this direction here. That's still a decent strength as far as high pressure goes, but it's not an ideal position. You kind of, if you want a high pressure with a system move up the coast, you need this low to be over here first of all, kind of like near the Delmarva, and you do this high instead of being up in this direction here. You need it up here somewhere. And a little bit stronger so it can keep the cold locked in, and it's just not the setup this time to get that. So a lot of people are asking questions, why are we getting a nor'easter-like system, which really isn't truly a nor'easter here, but for argument's sake, let's just say it is. Why are we getting a nor'easter here and not getting in the month of January, not getting snow? And that's the reason why. You need a cold air source here. We're not in a very good pattern this week. We're not going to be a good pattern all the way up through about the 27th. So because of that, any storms that come in between now and then are not going to be in the form of snow, most likely. We talked about in the video some higher elevation snow is possible in the far northern tier, maybe the parts of north central PA and up here by the Pennsylvania-New York border. Still a possibility there. I don't want to discount that completely, but the likelihood for anywhere else seeing that is probably slim to none, and slim just left town. Okay, so big story here is going to be the rain and the wind. The wind is really going to be the story. You have the pressure gauge. Look how tight these isobars here. They're just on top of each other here. You can see these isobars, and over our area, they're even closer than that. I just can't draw it here because you'd probably lose sight of what I'm trying to do here. With that tight pressure gradient here, we're going to have wind gusts that are going to be very high. And let's go over to the wind estimates. This is Monday morning. And any of these yellows that are seeing in here, yellows and oranges, are wind gusts at 850 millibars, which is about 5,000 feet above the surface, between 50 and 58 knots. Okay, so that's very strong winds. They've translated the surface. That means you could have some wind gusts here, 45, 50 miles per hour, and pretty far inland, not just along the coast. A lot of people are saying, they're going to be along the coast, it'll be worse than the inland. I don't think so, not in this setup. Okay, just because the low pressure in this situation is right over here. So if it's off the coast here, yeah, you can get the coastal, coastal winds will be a little bit stronger. But since it's over to our west here, it's pulling in winds like this with these gradients that are just like this on top of each other. They're so close, and because of that, that's when you get the strong winds. And that's primarily going to be Monday morning. Going to the next frame after this, you can see it starting to pull away as you get into Monday afternoon, and the winds will start to die down a little bit. All right, so the worst is going to be Monday morning, early Monday morning through about noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that. That's when you get your worst winds. All right, and that's on Monday. We have to watch for some coastal beach erosion, coastal flooding. That is also a possibility because it's still going to be windy at the coast too. This area of low pressure moves off to the north here, and when it does, it still leaves some showers in its wake here. I think these outrageous snow rain amounts that we are seeing here of 1 to 3 inches, I've seen as much as 3 inches projected by some. I don't think that's going to happen here. The models are starting to back off and keeping the highest amounts kind of like in this area right here, and even there you're only talking about an inch, inch and a half. Okay, further north, up to, we'll call it about an inch. All right, so anywhere between 3/4 of an inch and inch and a half of rain, something like that. That probably would be a better estimate, a more concise estimate of what kind of rainfall to expect from this upcoming storm. Not going to be a massive storm, and of course that's a grand total between what falls on from later Sunday all the way through early Tuesday morning. You get to Tuesday morning here, you can see this is still kind of hanging around with a few showers here, with the upper level low still having yet to move through. So you could have a few morning early showers here on Tuesday, and then that system pulls away. And we're going to stay somewhat mild here as we get into Wednesday. We're going to have the skies clear here on Wednesday, mostly sunny day here Wednesday. And then we have a cold front that's going to come through overnight. You can see that here. Once the cold front comes through, it's not a very powerful cold front yet. But it will allow temperatures to drop a little bit here on Thursday, and we are looking at dry conditions going back here on Thursday as well. So we're looking at past the all next week is going to be mild as well. Once we get to next weekend is when we start getting this cool down come in, and we talked about that in yesterday's long range. If you missed that, please check that out. That's on our long range outlooks. It can be found at the bottom of the page of the website or through the menu options. You can find that as well. But it does discuss the pattern that we are expecting through the middle of February. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for the weekend, January 21st and 22nd, 2017. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.